Continue to pour in for ANC veteran and former High Commissioner to Canada, Billy Modise. He died last night at the Unitas Hospital in Pretoria at the age of 87.
Ambassador Modise is best remembered for his work in building the anti-apartheid movement in the Nordic countries. President Cyril Ramaphosa visited Modise in hospital on Wednesday.
Billy Modise rose from humble beginnings and would later be renowned for his committed anti-apartheid struggle abroad. Modise was born on December 8, 1930 in Bloemfontein in the Free State. He received an Anglican scholarship, allowing him to enroll at a secondary school in Wodierpoort. After completing matric in the 1950s, he worked at a wholesale store for a medical doctor to raise funds to study further. Later, he would enroll at the University of Fort Hare to study medicine. It was while he was on his way to Fort Hare that he resolved to join the African National Congress. As a student, he came into contact with Professor Z.K. Matthews and with Governor Mbeki, who inspired him to become politically active. He was elected secretary of the ANC Youth League for the Fort Hare branch and later served as secretary for the Student Representative Council. In 1960, in the post-Sharpeville era, the ANC advised him to leave the country. It had become dangerous for young activists as security police clamped down on anti-apartheid activities. At the time, the Lund University Students' Union in Sweden offered him a scholarship. Here, he began mobilizing university student formations against apartheid. He was a founder member of the South Africa Committee in Lund alongside Lars Erik Johansen and Newolf Agrell. The committee convened meetings and lobbied parliamentarians to support the struggle against apartheid. Modise met students from other liberation movements in Africa who were also studying at Lund. While mobilization began only in one institution between 1960 and 1972, it grew internationally, with Modise traveling to mobilize people in Finland, Denmark and Norway to boycott South African products. In 1975, Modise went to New York to work for the United Nations. In 1988, he left the UN to work full-time for the ANC. Subsequently, he was deployed in Sweden, where he served as the ANC's chief representative.
For South Africa.
Modise returned to South Africa in 1991 and was deployed to the then Shell House, the ANC headquarters. He was part of the team that prepared for the 1994 elections.
Apartheid will be a thing of the past. Discrimination, a thing of the past. Racism, injustice.
After the first democratic elections, Modise was posted as South Africa's High Commissioner to Canada in 1995. He also served as the Chief of State Protocol from 1999 to 2006. Modise was also awarded the Order of Luthuli in silver for his contribution to the struggle. SABC News.
Meanwhile,